So within the last couple of days, the Department of Homeland Security just proposed this idea of visa applicants needing to supply 5 years of their social media accounts so they could be looked at whether they would qualify entering the United States. And though it seems like a great idea, right? Because we want our visa system, we want our immigration system redone. It needs to be better, more efficient, faster in every single aspect that we can think of. The issue here is the idea of social media, and then what it kind of alludes to eventually, like a social credit score. Now, the reason I bring this up and the reason I find this very kind of a big warning sign about the Trump administration, about the political administrations out there, period, right, is that it's not just the Trump administration or the Biden administration that's implementing these things that are eventually going to cause a lot of issues for the regular American citizen, because they can't just dissolve the Constitution. They do things like the Patriot Act under Bush, right? Terrible things that we think are there to defend us, but eventually they're used against us. And I think something like this is a great Trojan horse, right? Right now, they get us used to the idea of, let's use social media to weed out the bad people so we don't let them in. Utilizing these key words to get whatever demographic to agree with it and then make it very just part of United States society, culture. Yeah, let's look at people's social media sites to see if they qualify either being a great citizen, being a great applicant for this job, being a great, partner, anything you can imagine, right? Social media is going to be used against us in all sorts of ways. The problem is that this is now kind of becoming law or being proposed as law. And that's always the issue, right? And it goes a little farther back. It's like, how did we get to this point? Well, it's been the last 10 years of all this chaos that's been happening domestically and internationally and just on a political scale like we've never seen before. This constant hatred. You're either on the left side or you're on the right side. And again, see, this was the idea the whole time. We can't even communicate about a single idea or topic or subject because we see each other as fascists or the criminals or just something dehumanized, so we cannot solve the problem. What if this has been the idea the entire time? So a bunch of chaos. And then when there's just no other hope because nobody's enforcing the laws that are out there right now, we introduce new ones and we slowly introduce new ideas. These ideas that right now we're going to use against the criminals or the bad people or whatever targeted population. And then eventually it's used on us. One day, I'm telling you, these whole social media ideas that are going to vet us as average citizens are going to be used against us. And who knows what it's going to look like. But the fact that it's being introduced now, and there is a side of the political spectrum that really agrees with it and is in an agreed uproar of how amazing this sounds, at the end of the day, it's going to be used against us as U.S. citizens because we have laws. Like, why can't we use social media, right, to vet visa applicants, but just use it as a tool? Why does it have to become implemented into law? It's these little baby steps, right? They're implemented step by step, and eventually our brain gets used to it. It's like a new habit. They're breaking an old bad habit and then introducing a new one. And then at the end of the day, me and you, we're going to be the criminals in this society. It's how it's literally been played out over and over. The Patriot Act was a great warning sign about all of this. It was used against us. You can see that from a lot of files that Snowden released. And let us not forget what happened 5 years ago with that worldwide illness. People were willing to not give people health care because they wouldn't take some sort of medication. People were willing to look past HIPAA laws so that you could see if those were the bad people not taking the medication and they shouldn't have the same rights as every individual. What do you think is going to happen when we give this kind of ammo to the government that's legalized and can be legally used against us as citizens? I'm telling you, maybe Trump knows about this, maybe he doesn't know about it. All of this chaos that has been sowed is a Trojan horse, and now they're using social media, websites, apps, to one day be used against us. And I know they're already used against us, but this is the bigger picture. This is going to be legalized. And when it's legalized, the government mafia can do whatever it wants with its citizens.